And today's barn find is this one Oregon owner since new 2001 Ford F250 Super Cab short bed 7.3 Power Stroke with a 6-speed manual transmission. Yes, you heard all that. One owner, Oregon, rust-free, Super Cab, short bed, 7.3 with a 6-speed manual transmission. XLT with a 4x4 off-road package, clean title, CARFAX certified. This truck is 100% original. There's not an inch of paint work on this truck. Garage queen since new. There's not a dent. There's not a scratch. There's no door dings. 100% stock. There's no intake, exhaust. There's no upgrades or mods to the powertrain or the suspension. This is a perfect all original truck. I purchased it directly from the original owner just a few days ago. I got all the original books, all the original manuals, all the original keys, all the service records. This is the first time that I see an owner keep a record and actually use the service book that's provided by Ford and keep track of every service that he did and what he did and what day and what date and what miles. He had no bed liner in here and it was so clean, but I happened to sell a truck to the gentleman that owns a bed liner place, and I told him I'm going to send him all my business. So I took the plastic bed liner and I just installed a brand new spray-in Linux bed liner. If you see this bed, there's not a ding, there's not a split, there's not a dent. It is like new. And actually there is a little tiny ding right here. This bed is brand spanking new. Unbelievable. This truck is 100% rust-free and corrosion-free. To find an extended cab and a short bed with a 6-speed manual is just impossible. This is, in my opinion, the holy grail. A loaded XLT with rear parking sensors, rear slider, tinted windows, 6-passenger seating. You got factory Ford running boards, extendable towing mirrors. He upgraded the wheels and tires with a new set of Yokohama GEOLANDER ATs and a new set of the Ultra wheels. I think they're Ultra or Pro Comps, sorry. Tires have less than 5,000 miles on them. He also 3 years ago has replaced the transmission with a new transmission that has a 5-year, 1 million mile warranty on it. And I have all the documentation and paperwork for it. I think it was like about $4,000, a little more than $4,000 after his core. This is a non-smoker truck. This is a truck that's never been off-road. It's never been driven in mud or snow. It's never been smoked in. There's never been any pets inside it. Honestly, it came from the nicest gentleman and the nicest family. This has not been a farm truck. To show you an example, he's had WeatherTech mats on top of the original mats since new. This is that kind of home this came from. He did install a new set of airlift rear loading airbags with onboard air and compressor. And there's your gauge. This is where you pump it up and down. Obviously, you got to have the ignition on. Trailer brakes. Gentleman was a little bit older. And when I saw it, I asked him, so I might as well tell you this, what is this switch here for? And he said, this is how he messed up the transmission. When he didn't really mess it up. He said, as we all know, the synchros in these third gear were really bad from the factory. But one time he had the issue where he thought he was in first gear and he was in reverse and almost ran off the road. So now when you switch it on, that will tell you if you're in reverse, the red light will come on. We'll talk about this later. Anyways, let me get this here started. Well, we'll wait to get it started, show you the interior first so we're not noisy. This is literally like brand new interior. the seats. There's not a scuff. There is not a stain. And he's made it a point to me to tell me he's never eaten in the truck or allowed anybody to eat or drink in his truck. Take a look at the plastics when I say it's like brand new. Nobody's ever sat in the back seats. He literally used the truck. He had a camper on it, so when he went hunting multiple times a year, that's where he used the truck, and then to putt around to Home Depot and back. He's never hauled anything behind him beside his fishing boat and just the camper. I'm trying to show the rubber first. There's the headliner is like new. That's what I was trying to show. But take a look at these jams and the rubbers. Literally like brand spanking new. He's never lost the keys or locked it and ripped it up or trying to get in it. This thing is just like, it's unbelievable. Let's go to the other side. Let me open the hood and get all that stuff ready. He's upgraded the shocks all the way around, I think a year or a couple of years ago as well. They're upgraded shocks. He's gone through all the service from the diff fluids to the filters to etc. and it's all documented. I have it all. This is literally one of the few trucks I ever got and barely didn't really need to do anything. The door lock actuator on the passenger side was a little sticky. It had to click it a couple times for it to go all the way up. So I went ahead and I replaced both door lock actuators. You got new door lock actuators on both sides. Replaced the serpentine belt. I think that's just my mechanic wanted to tell me that something needed to be done. So a new serpentine belt. Went ahead and flushed the coolant, even though it was in excellent shape. And did a recharge on the AC because I wasn't sure when is the last time that he did that. But that's kind of a standard thing that we do here on all my trucks. So I get you new fluids, fresh AC charge, especially we're going to summer. I want to make sure the AC is blowing as cold as possible. And it is cold. This is just insane. This truck literally feels and smells like new. It's never, and he kept telling me, he's never, anybody smoked a cigarette or a vape in this truck whatsoever. This is that truck. When I say collector quality, this is it. Very recent, within I think the last 5,000 miles, complete new brake job, new brakes, etc. Brake fluids. Look at the stamping and stuff. There's not a scratch or thing on the cell at all. That literally brand spanking new. Where do you find 25-year-old trucks like this? Perfect dash, perfect plastics, etc. All right, let us get this thing started. Original headlights from Ford. Not a nick, not a rock chip. Here is the service thing I was talking about. So right from the beginning, from 2001, when you changed the first oil change, and the filter numbers and etc. Track of all the miles, everything. It's got 105,000 miles as of today and some change. Replaced the water pump at 68,000 miles, 2014. Replaced the hubs at 68,000 miles as well. And look, he even keeps track of what air pressures and stuff he's running. Here he changed the air pressure to 5250, dropped it down from 60 to 58. New tires back when he did them then. I mean, this is just fully documentation of everything. Replaced rear end oil, 91,000 miles. Replaced transfer case and added lube. Replaced brakes and fluids, at 93,000 miles. This is when he replaced the transmission in March of 22 at 95,000 miles. I have in the other receipts and new U-joints. All his services, etc. There's all the receipts, the warranties, all the books, second set of keys. I don't want to make the video too long. Let's get this thing started. Now this is what I was talking about. When you put it in reverse, it lights up. If you don't want to have that, then you can turn it off. This is as to remind you that you're in reverse and not first gear. When's the last time you saw one of these Radio Shack thermometers, temperature inside and outside? Factory stereo, nobody's ever played with the electrical system in the truck. Tape player, CD changer. There's the cup holders. Everything is intact. We'll turn the cigarette lighter on. Take a look at this stuff. Literally like brand new. And the steering wheel, oh, this is done. Never been used. There's the horn. There's the wipers. We'll go to second speed. We'll go to the third speed. So we got that. Let's play a little music. There's the windows. Sure you saw the window up and down. Let's move the mirror. Left, right, down, and up. So there's the mirror, door locks. Okay, let me turn this down, and I want to pump the air. I'm sure you can hear the compressor. Do this, so we can see from here. We're at 20 pounds. 25 pounds, 30 pounds. Now here's what I like about this setup. You pump both backs together. If you want to adjust one side, you can lower it from here or here. Or I guess he's got them hooked both on the same one. There it is, airing down. So there's that. Let's check out the lights and etc. Let me close this. This is just unreal. There's not a speck of fade in the paint. It's so glossy. Minor little hair scuffs right here and right here. I can't get over this bed either. But there's the tail lights. Tail lights. License plate. I don't know what this is for. I don't know if it was for to strap something down here or for a flag. There's a little scratch right here. It got it touched up. Take a look at this undercarriage. The spare tire. Just unbelievable. There's your upgraded shocks. Now, let me go here. He's had the undercarriage protected because he didn't want to have ever problems. There is no rust. And there's your camper tie downs right there. Getting old is no fun. So it's got the camper tie downs. For batteries, as we can see, 850 crank amps. New serpentine belt, coolant, etc. Let's check out the AC. I'll show you the headliner over there. Go up here. There's the roof in excellent shape. All right, let's check out the air conditioning. It is freezing in here. Let's turn this up. Oh, it's way colder than 31. This is gonna be in the 20s. I'm just gonna find the right spot. There it is. And it's like low 20s. It is cold. Let's turn that off. Turn that off. Let's do the steering wheel. Just one finger, no funky noises, no, even the sway bar links have been updated. I didn't have to do them. There's no play whatsoever in the steering wheel. Transmission's got less than 10,000 miles on it. This is the real deal. So, down to the good stuff. I can qualify this extended cab short bed manual 6-speed 7.3 for new car financing, which means I can finance it up to 84 months at 7.5% on approved credit. No, your bank cannot do it. Your credit union can't do it. Not for the term, not for the interest rate. I can. This is a special program. Happy to help you. Standard credit union financing. I can also ship this F250 right here, right from my showroom, right to your front door. Whether you lived in Alaska, whether you lived in Hawaii, whether you lived in Canada, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Chicago, South Dakota, North Carolina, New Mexico, Arizona, California, I can ship it right from my showroom, right to your front door. This is just wax. Let's see, there we go. It's the detail shop, didn't wipe that. The wax dried up, that's all. So I can ship it right to your front door, right from here. I deal with shippers on a daily basis. I've shipped thousands of trucks. I know how to deal with them. I know how to vet them, make sure they're insured, bonded, and then we only work with A+ rated shippers. Check out my website. I got 95 detailed pictures of this truck. There's a little tiny rock chip right here, I noticed. I want to show you. So yeah, 95 detailed photos. Would love to make it yours. I challenge that we'll ever find a nicer, cleaner one than this thing.